everybody. Haven't been on this live for a little while. What's going on, everybody? I didn't even let you guys know I was going live. So just hang in there. If you are new to the channel, definitely watch this whole live. Watch a couple of my other videos. As you guys come into the chat, please hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. And just watch the video from the start to finish. If you guys want to talk to me and contact me at boostinmotion on IG, Facebook, and boostinmotion on gmail.com. All right. But anyways, as you guys come in, just shout out where you're coming in from, and hopefully I can shout you guys out and everything like that. I really do appreciate you guys so much. But it's been a while. It's been a while since I've went live on YouTube and also Instagram. So guys, if you can, also add me on Instagram. It's just been a while. Haven't been that busy. Guys, get the likes up. Come on. You guys are watching. You're going to be here for a little while. Maybe for about an hour and a half. And I'm going to answer some of you guys' questions. So, yeah. What's going on, VR30 gang? What's going on, brother? Hope you're doing good. Hope everyone's feeling amazing on this Tuesday, March 23rd, I think. What's up? What up? Detroit is in the house. Pork chop expression. What's going on? What's going on, Soto? Coming in from Louisiana, man. What's up, man? I hope you guys are feeling well. Feeling well. Boosh, you're making me leave the 370 for Q60. Yes. Hey, listen. Hectic. There's still two different cars, though. I'm just being honest with you. The 370, gotta say, is a lot more raw and more sporty. The Q60 is definitely a good looking car. It's more of like a grand touring coupe rather than a sports car. So I do want to be fair there and let you know. So definitely go test drive a Q60 first before you get rid of that 370. Yo, Boost, I saw you flying down Atlantic the other day. What exhaust you got on that coupe? Oh, dude, you haven't been watching my recent videos? Oh, yeah. For the people who are watching, you guys get the likes up, guys. I got a few guys in here. Come on, hit the like. We gonna talk. Come on, hit the like. Come on. Well, if you haven't checked some of the latest videos for about 2-3 weeks ago, I had 8 AM 3-inch CATBACK exhaust and 8 AM 3-inch full catted downpipe. So I have a full 3-inch downpipe and CATBACK exhaust. So you guys are gonna probably get those videos within the next week to 2 weeks. I have other videos that are coming out in chronological order. So sometimes some of my videos are delayed by at least 2 to 3 weeks. So don't get too mad about it. Don't beat me up. But a lot of people who've heard it, including yourself, heard the AM exhaust, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fan of it. Yo, no check. What up? Oh, what's going on, Grandpa Bob? I hope you're doing well, man. Thank you, Bob. I was just searching up oils. What brand do you use? Well, gang, to be honest with you, man, some people are gonna sit there and say Amsoil. I do want to try out Amsoil with the Q60, but these are not race engines, so I just keep it with the regular mobile one. Just pick your poison. Just get something that's at least a 30 grade or 30 weight and call it a day. I stay away from the 20 weight. To me, it's insane to put 20 weight in a turbocharged car. It doesn't make sense. So I would recommend definitely trying out a 30 weight 5W30 or even a 030. Mobile one, you go Castrol, whatever. Now I saw the video, but I didn't see you install it. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, the video is not gonna come up yet. I haven't put up the sound clip video and installation video yet. So you guys are gonna probably see that in 2 weeks. I just copped the Q50 3.0 T Sport last week. Will you stock any mod recommendations? Well, if it's a brand new car, then at the end of the day, well, first you gotta familiarize yourself with the car. And I would say before modifying, I would sit there and be honest with you. I think you should definitely learn some more about the car and learn about the different parts that you would like to go with. I don't want to tell you to go get a Burger Tune and JB4 boost controller, even though you may want to get a full-fledged tune later down the line. So, but if you were going to mod the car for performance, one of the first things I would recommend is a heat exchanger, because these cars heat soak very fast, and it's about to be summer if you are in the colder states. So you're going to notice a drastic drop in performance. Guys that live in Cali and Texas, where it's already kind of hot majority of the time, you guys don't really know too much about boost weather, depending on where you're at. But yeah, California, Texas got hit this year with a lot of cold, so you guys probably know what boost weather is. But in all honesty, look into a heat exchanger. I have videos about heat exchangers. If not, I would recommend the second thing would be lower down pipes. Go with PLM down pipes. I'm gonna push those because they're relatively affordable for you guys to choose. But some people are brand loyal and they want to pay for the more expensive lower down pipes. Um, I haven't heard too much about that oil. T6 oil temps make a slight difference. To be quite honest with you, when you go with a heavier weight oil with the higher temperatures, you're always gonna lose oil pressure. So just pick your poison. That's just really it. Oh my bad, Boost. Guess I let the cat out the bag about the exhaust. Well, Corey, you didn't, because the video hasn't come out yet. People know I have the exhaust. I just haven't come out with the video with installing it and the sound clips. So it's gonna definitely be out within the next 2 weeks. I would say look out for that video the first week of April. That's what I would say. Okay. Do lower down pipes really make a big difference? Yes. Amen. Yes. Lower down pipes do make a big difference because there's so much back pressure on the turbines. These turbos are pushing through 1.75 inch of pipe. That's how much you guys know what I'm talking about here. We're men here. So it's pushing through this much pipe. Turbos are spinning at 200,000 RPM pushing through this much pipe. And now I just added, and now when you go with 2.5-inch pipes, it's a lot wider and there's no cat in it. So it flows way better. Your turbines will spool a lot quicker at a quicker rate and hold boost pressure a lot better. Will AM come out with a cold air intake? Yang, from what I can tell you, they are working on their own cold air intake. I don't know if they're ever going to release it, and I don't know the price. I would tell you if I actually knew, because I like to let some of the cats out the bag. So from what I know, they are working on the intake, but I don't know what it looks like. I don't even have a test unit or anything on my car or anything like that. I can't believe the price of the G37. Dealers have them listed for 18K here. Yeah, Terry, you want to know why? Blame the coronavirus. Blame the limited supply of people. First thing what messed up the car pricing thing is Carvana, Vroom, Shift. People are buying cars online. So the fact that these cars are being bought for $20,000 online, which means that any other dealer are gonna sit there and see the pricing of these cars, so they're gonna price adjust for what the common average price is. It's us. We gotta blame ourselves, not the dealer. People are paying for these astronomical prices for cars, knowing that they weren't going anywhere. They weren't even going anywhere. Like in New York City, we were closed down for so long. Why are you getting cars? If I go, listen, my BK guys that are watching, my NYC guys that are watching, our parking has gotten terrible in the last year. People were getting cars that never had cars before with no job, going nowhere. What the F? Yo, it's insane now. I used to be able to park my car and find a parking spot. Now I can't even find a parking spot anymore. It's ridiculous. Boots, what's your thoughts on the 400Z leak? I'm gonna drop a video about it, but the car looks amazing. The 400Z definitely looks amazing. I really hate yellow. I didn't think I hate that yellow until I saw the gray. When I saw the yellow, I was like, whatever. But now that I saw the gray, the car looks a lot wider. The hips look really good on the car from the back. Yeah, that grill looks good from the back. The front end looks like they made it a little bit more neater. They painted the grill, so I believe it blends in a lot better. And the interior looks pretty much niche-on-ish. It don't look terrible, but it looks like it will date well, with the exception of the digital cluster. I think the digital cluster is going to be something that doesn't date that much. I think in 20 years, the digital cluster is going to look funny. I like what digital clusters look like when they add like Google Maps and stuff, but what I'm realizing is that if we add 20 years to the car, right, analog gauges still work, and analog gauges are timeless. So when you remove them, analog gauges, sometimes it just looks, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Wow, you guys are rushing with the questions. Guys, with all the questions. First thing, get the likes up. Come on, 53 you guys are watching. I got 19 likes. Come on. Come on, come on, man. Come on. It's been a while. I know you guys haven't seen me for a while, but get them likes up. Come on, come on. I know it's a little delayed. Get them likes up. I'm gonna rush through these questions. And I'm gonna make sure I take care of you guys, because all you guys who know I watch when you watch me on YouTube, I always get to every one of you questions. All right, come on, get them likes up, guys. Come on. All right. So, hey man, quick question. I heard in your videos, but is it normal to get a little rattle from cold start? This morning I noticed that my RPM gauge stayed at 0, but when I rev it, it goes. That is weird, Marshall. I don't know. Your RPM gauge should not stay at 0 on cold starts. That is weird. There may be some kind of issue with your car. I don't know if that's an electrical issue or not. But if you do have some kind of warranty, definitely take a look at that. If not, buy an aftermarket cluster off of eBay and swap it out. But yes, when you start the car, you will get some wastegate rattle. It's pretty normal. For at least it's pretty normal in the community. I do get a little wastegate rattle on both of the cars I had, and that's just really it. It is what it is. So as long as you know that the car is not underperforming, then you should be fine. But wastegate rattle on cold starts is pretty normal, but it doesn't happen that often. I realize when it's really cold outside, I heard it the most. When it was warm outside, I don't really hear the wastegate rattle. I heard a lot about the JB4. Is it completely safe? Would a Silver Sport do okay with it? Yes. JB4 is anybody's watching right now. Get them likes up. Stop playing. Come on, get them likes up. You guys are watching. Come on, come on. If you want a JB4 boost controller, Q50 Q60, it is perfectly safe. It's not like the BMW community where it was blowing motors. It's very simple and easy. You plug it in, you add a couple of pounds of boost over stock. The car readjusts the amount of fuel for it and it works perfectly fine. I use it on my Q50 3.0 T Sport, and now I'm using it on my Q60 until I officially get tuned. And it's been out in this community for about at least 4 to 5 years now. So plenty of people have been using this product. It's perfectly safe. The only thing that ever happened when people messed up on a JB4 is this: they don't check their oil. They don't check their oil. They don't check their oil. That's it. So they'll beat on the car, have fun, and then their motor goes. They're like, "Oh my god, what happened?" And they take it to Infiniti. Oh, there's no oil in here. You're like, "Oh well, I had a JB4," and it's like, no, you had no oil. Come on. Any brand recommendations for Q60 upgraded turbos? When it comes up to that, you have to really pick your poison. To be honest, pure turbo stage twos are putting out the most wheel horsepower with a little bit of sacrifice from low end acceleration or low end torque. The RT turbos do spool up a little bit quicker because they keep the stock wheel, but you could probably go with just pure stage ones, which are kind of like RT turbos. I think their prices are relatively the same, but if you want the most amount of power, pure turbos, stage twos. Have you seen wide body? I think I've seen that wide body Q50. I just can't remember the name, but yes, I think I've seen that wide body Q50, and it definitely looks good. Stimulus money. Everybody got their stimulus money. Yeah. I paid 10K at Infiniti of Scottsdale, one owner for my yeah, that's really good. 0958K for 10K. The thing is there's gonna be some dealers who do sell G37s for relatively cheap because they're not being a piece of shit. But most other dealers are gonna be a piece of shit. They just going on but what the average price is. Remember, it's not the dealer's fault, it's the people's fault. They're like, I just want this car. And they just buy it online, or they go to the store and just pay for it because they were getting a $900 stimulus, not stimulus, unemployment with the payment boost every week. So if you're making $900 sitting in the house, of course you'll pay for whatever it is because you're making $900 for a year, a week, you know. Hey Boost, how's the transmission mount? So transmission mount is perfectly fine. I did take it off the car. If you follow me on my IG on Instagram, I did sell it recently. I kept it on the car for about 2 or 3 weeks. It's just not my flavor flav. I'm being quite honest with you. A solid transmission mount is for the guys who are more performance oriented. I do love a nice cruiser. I'm from Brooklyn, man. I like a car just to drive smooth and be just cool and calm, you know, and I like that. It had too much feedback from the torque converter and the clutch packs. I really didn't like that feedback. If you ever driven like a GTR or M4, you can hear the transmission making a different changes, and it gives you some feedback. But I'm okay with those cars doing it because an M4 is a purpose-built car. A GTR is a performance-built car. That's a trade-off. The Q60 is not that car. I would rather hear that in a 400Z because I know that it's a sports car, dedicated sports car. The Q60 is not, so I took it off the car. But it definitely made the shifts to me. I don't want to say firmer, but it was less lag or slippage. It just I don't know how to really explain it properly. Like my terminology is all terrible, but I did like it. I thought it was really good modification, and I do recommend it for anyone who wants to have more of a sports oriented car. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I gotta rush through these questions and everything like that. Bop, bop, bop. Okay. Come on, bear with me. Get the likes up, guys. I seem like you guys ain't getting them likes up. And yeah, guys can't be doing that to me, man. Y'all can't be doing that to me. I got 40 likes and 58 viewers. Come on, 18 of you guys are not hitting the like button. Come on. I'm here. We're hanging out. Come on. Okay, I'll get a like up right. I got 60 people and 43 likes. Come on. This is a little bit of drink on a Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday somewhere. But, I'm not going to drink too much. All right. Question affects, hello, question affects the warranty if you install PLM heat exchanger. They would have to prove that the heat exchanger messed something up. But remember, when it comes to dealers, it's all up to dealers, I'm saying the wrong word. I don't want to say the wrong word. Just understand it's up to the dealer to avoid your warranty on anything. So if your turbos go, they can literally sit there and say, you put a heat exchanger. It's that fault, but that's not what the case is. They'll have to prove it to you. Just upgrade the heat exchanger. Don't worry about it. The worst that can really happen with a heat exchanger upgrade is the electric water pump that goes to the heat exchanger may overwork itself because sometimes you guys put the heat exchanger in and don't bleed the system, and the water pump is moving without any cooling the motor for it, so it can burn itself out. But most people install it properly. So you don't worry about it. Just install a PLM and call it a day. Paid $14K for my Q50 3.0C Sport at $38K. Good deal. That's a great deal. It probably was hit though for $14.5 3.0T Sport. It was hit probably, and they rebuilt it. But yeah, that's a great deal. You can probably still try to sell that back for at least 20, make like 5K off of it. Can a JB4 Sport beat a STI? Stock STI, yes. 3.0T Sport JB4 should be able to beat a stock STI, yes. Stock STIs can't even go over 400 wheel horsepower without blowing a piston. Let's be honest. Snooper, what's going on? AM, okay, great deal. What year? Any accidents? Okay. Do you think it's worth getting a RS 400 over Sport with all the extras and low miles? Dan, I'm gonna sit there and say this straight up on video, right? If you can get a red Sport for the same price as a 3.0T Sport, but it'll be an older year, get it. Because it's the same car. I'm telling you guys, it don't matter if it's a 2018 or 2016. It's the same car. You're not getting anything better by getting a 2016 Red Sport over a 2019 3.0T Sport. It's the same car. Ooh, front bumper difference. That's it. If you could get it for the same price, purchase the better car. That's my honest opinion. It was okay, cool, good deal. What you think about the WED SA25R? I like those wheels. I like them. They look good. Thoughts on the 900 horsepower race box Q50? That's gonna come out. I made a video about it already. It's supposed to come out this week, talking about it. So yeah, that car is a beast. Build motor, build block. It's nice to see that we have Q50s and Q60s in 1,000 horsepower range. And to be honest, I'm gonna sit there and say it on video. You don't have to get a GTR because you can't make 900 wheel horsepower on a GTR stock. You're going to have to upgrade the motor. You're going to have to upgrade the transmission because a built transmission for a GTR is like $30,000. That's the price of a Q50 and a half. And then just imagine building a GTR motor. Get the hell out of here. Come on. $20,000 Q50. Making 900 wheel horsepower. Get the hell out of here, man. It's amazing. Tomy or Motordyne. Tomy, single exit sounds dope. Motordyne, if you're talking about for the VQ world, I like the Tomy. I think it's nice. Or Tomai. I think it's nice, but it's super loud. You're waking up everybody in the neighborhood with Tommy. Motordyne is, I think, is a more clean sound, in my honest opinion. I like the whistle of blower valves. HKS sounds kind of quiet to me. Is there another blower valve that you suggest? At this current moment, there's not really too much blower valves for the Q50 Q60 community. Um, they Add W1 came out with it, but I have one of my followers on IG. He said a bad review about it. I'm not gonna recommend it because I never purchased it for the car, and I don't think I will. But you do have someone's gonna probably write it. Shoot, there's another go on Concept Z site. If you go into Concept Z site, right, they have a different set of blower valves. I forgot the name of it. Someone's gonna write it in the comments. But Concept Z has their a different style of turbo blower valves that make a different noise. And I believe RT Tuning made their own similar kit with a different blower valve too. So just check out RT Tuning and check out Concept Z. There's two other companies that make a blower valve kit. Oh, someone's. Oh, I appreciate that, Marcus. I haven't been in a live for a minute. Showing love. What's your plans on the Q60 for big power? Appreciate that, Marcus. To be honest with you, I don't know about big power. Right now, the car is pretty much. I think you guys are gonna laugh about it. But the car's almost pretty much finished because I still have to install the coilovers, a few other aesthetic modifications. I already have the exhaust on the car. You guys are gonna see the exhaust video. BMS inlets. The car is gonna be tuned. So there are some more videos I'm gonna come out with in the next month. You're gonna start seeing some more changes to the Q60. Pretty much, you're gonna be 93 tuned. Um, Also, for the people that are watching, I'm really trying to get a second car on the channel. Yes, your boy Boost is trying to get a second car on the channel. So I hope everything works out well. And I really hope I get the second car on the channel. The reason why I want the second car is one, so the channel could get bigger, more viewers. Also, on top of that, I believe the second car could make some more different content. And believe me, the second car is going to be Nissan Infiniti related. So no BMWs are coming to the channel at all, at least for now. So understand, you're going to see another Nissan or Infiniti on the channel. Also, on top of that, the reason why I want the second car is for me to do a bit more. I do want to get if I get tuned, I do want to tune the car on like E30 up to E50, which makes a bit more power, get you closer to that 480 wheel horsepower, 500 horsepower range. So I would love to do that. But we have to wait and see. But we have to just wait and see. Let's see what else is this. What tuner are you going with this time? I'm going with Racebox. I'm gonna give him his own video and everything like that once I start getting tuned. But Go Racebox is the person that's gonna be tuning this Q60. What vehicle brand would you have if you have never had an Nissan Infiniti? It would probably be between BMW, Mercedes. Even though BMW is dope, I like my M5s. M3s. It's just that they weren't all-wheel drive, but now that they're making all-wheel drives, I would definitely consider it. And I think those are more of the true sports cars in the Euro world. But I do like the Mercedes. I think they make some good-looking, comfy, muscular cars. But now that they're making four-cylinder turbos in their new AMGs, I'm talking about the new C63 in the future is supposed to be a four-cylinder turbo. 63, not 43, not 53. They're getting rid of V8s because of emissions in overseas. So I want to see what they're gonna do, and or hybrid. So I want to see what they're gonna do in the future. JB4 got you heated. Haha. Boost tomorrow. I'm gonna see a Red Sport 2017 41K for 27,000. What do you think? I think 41K is a little high for that year, but 27K looks really good. Still check around, see if you can find some other dealers close that make it maybe offer you a little bit less miles. But 2017, 27K sounds pretty normal to me. Are you getting upgraded turbos? At this moment, no. I don't want to upgrade the turbos. Guys, get the likes up. Come on, I got 84 you guys in the chat. Come on, I'm here answering the questions. Get them likes up, guys. If you've been banging with your boy Boost, at least let me get some likes in this in this piece. Come on, guys. Let's keep going. Um, 27 is not bad. Okay, cool. What's going on, Jay? With the booze. Let's get the likes up, people. Subjective. What do you think about the RA600 package? I think it's fine. I like saving a buck, but the RA600 package is okay. I think it's doing what it's supposed to do. The only thing is, I don't like it. I like you guys to follow the RA600 package as like the staple of like the bullet points on what to do. But I like you guys to save money because at the end of the day, what's the point of you spending thousands of dollars when someone spent about 2/3 or maybe half of that for still good quality parts and went with either a comparable tuner or better tuner and got the same results? Like, to me, I care about the outcomes. I just don't want to spend double the amount. To me, I just think that's honestly ridiculous. But the RA600 package is perfectly fine. What's up, sir? Going on, Jay. What up? What up? Do you have the Killer Chiller update? Planning on put on the Q60. I did look at the space I would have to install the Killer Chiller on the Q60. To be honest, it's pretty tight. I would have to get rid of the active front shutters, which I kind of think it's kind of cool. I really like to keep the car as OEM as possible. I've definitely thought about the Killer Chiller. I'm still on the fence about it because I would like to do more sporting events and go to the track, but we lost the track now. We don't have a track in Atco anymore. And in the Northeast, or at least New York City, that's really it. Stop and go traffic. I don't really get the full. The thing is, in New York City, we don't really get to have the full use of the car. You get a Hellcat right now in New York City, and it's like, where are you going? You're in stop and go traffic. JB4 Q50 is gonna beat you at a stoplight. Like, what is going on? There's no space. Shout out to someone that's hit me up in the chat. Hey man, what's going on? I want to get a JB4, but I'm on 93. Is that bad? No, it's perfectly fine. JB4 is perfectly fine for any fuel type. It's just that when you're on 91 fuel for my Cali guys, it's a little bit harder because your octane isn't high enough. So if you run more and more boost, you would actually get how would I explain it? The car just wouldn't run right. You're running to knock and or detonation, and that will pull a lot of the power from the car so the car will protect itself. Guys, I got 106 of you guys in the chat. Come on. Come on, we hitting 100 viewers tonight. Come on, man. Come on, let me at least, before I go, we're 20 minutes into this. Let me at least get to 100 likes. Let me at least get to 100 likes, man. You guys are banging with your boy Boost. I love you guys so much. Come on, get them likes up, man. Come on. Get them likes up. All right, let me get back to the questions. Wow. Guys, you got to remember, too, you can ask me these questions on Boost in Motion on IG, Boost in Motion on Facebook, and Boost in Motion on gmail.com. So, you don't have to wait for me to go live, Just want you guys to know that, all right? Come on, 20. I'm 20 from 100. Come on, I don't want to sit here and bore you guys sitting there saying this. Come on, we want to get through these questions. Get them likes up if you're watching, brothers. All right, cool. Wow, I got a lot of questions to run through. I should have never went live. Wow. Give me a second, guys. All right. Wow, this is a lot of questions, guys. Wow. Okay. So to finish off the Killer Chiller, yeah, I really haven't found a proper place to put the Killer Chiller. So may not be installing it. I feel like I'm not gonna get the full use. I had got the Killer Chiller originally because I was gonna have the upgraded RT turbos on the Q50. The reason now that I chose not to keep the Q50, got into an accident, all that stuff. Now I'm like, I got a Killer Chiller now. I may end up selling it to someone locally because they could go in almost any car. It doesn't have to go to a Q50. They can put it on their freaking Hellcat or their M340i. Oh, shout out to the chat again. Is 93 good for tuning? Where do you buy your mods? 93 fuel is perfectly good for tuning. Majority of people get tuned on 91 or 93. That is what tuning is for. They optimize your performance based on the grade of fuel you have. And where do I buy my mods? I'm gonna be honest. eBay. Like, it is what it is. Or I buy direct from whatever specific company. So like my BMS inlets, eBay, because they sell on eBay. My CATBACK exhaust I got directly from AAM. So the exhaust came directly from them, but also AM also sell parts on other third-party websites. So you can go on eBay, Amazon, or go directly to like Z1 Motorsports, Concept Z, or even AMS. Sometimes these companies sell parts from other companies. So don't think that they only sell their own parts. Sometimes they sell other parts too. All right. Let me get back to these questions. What's going on, Jay? Okay, yo, Boost, how do you feel about the single exit exhaust on the VR30? It sounds good, Snoopy. Um, Miguel is a great deal. I got a 2019. I got 2019. Should you get a catback or full down pipes or resonated high for? Whoa, that's a very heavy question, Kyle. That's up to you. If you want a catback, you're getting a catback for the sound, and you're getting a less restrictive exhaust. If you want full down pipes, there's no point in you getting full down pipes on stock exhaust. So I recommend get catback first. Pick any catback you want. I'm not gonna recommend anything to you. Just go to YouTube, listen to the ones you like, and go after pick and choose. With a full down pipe, then go with a full down pipe. I'm still gonna always recommend go a full down pipe with a catted down pipe, or go with just a lower down pipe. That's it. I have videos talking about it already. Please just go check it out. I don't want to make the conversation too heavy. So either lower down pipe or a full catted down pipe and or catback exhaust too. All right, it's a great deal. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Blah, blah, blah. I got a 2016 for that's good. Hey, yo, Jermaine, what's going on? Hey, hope it's going well. Would you recommend cold air intake, induction, or air filters? To be quite honest with you guys, second time around, I'm not gonna go with the AMS intakes or any intakes at all. I'm just gonna do the BMS inlets because there was a shout to Sean in the VR30 Tech Talk page. He tested out the BMS inlets and compared them to AMS, and it performed just almost just as good as the AMS intakes. So I just went with the BMS inlets because it's a lot less restrictive for the induction for the turbines. Okay, thanks for keeping it going. My friend has a GTR, deep pockets. Yeah, GTRs are nice. CZP smart. Yeah, shout to Yang. That's what he's talking about. Yeah, check out the CZP smart, turbo smart blower valves. For the people who are asking about blower valves, they also make turbo smart blower valve kit for the VR30 Q50 Q60. Check on the CZP site. Is an old catch can necessary with JB4 on low boost? Well, a catch can is great, no matter if the car stock or modified. But if you have a lease, guys, don't go and buy an old catch can. Put your money somewhere else if it's a lease. Don't spend the money on it. It's a safeguard to make sure that you prevent a lot of the carbon buildup. But if it's a lease, don't get a catch can. Don't waste your money. That's it. These catch cans like $150, $160. No, put it somewhere else. Okay? Please. AMS make blah blah kid on did blah blah blah. What's going on with my internet? It's messing up a little bit. Guys, get the likes up. I guess my internet's messing up a little bit. Let me know if anything's going bad, guys. I don't know if the internet's messing up or something like that. I'm losing the live chat now. I don't know if I see you guys anymore. Let me see what's going on. You guys here? You still here? Let me see. No, it's not lagging. So, okay. Anyway, let me continue. Anyway, so guys, get the likes up. Oh, I guess a few guys left when the signal dropped out. Okay, that's good. Okay. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get to you guys' questions. Bear with me. You know I'm gonna take care of you guys, man. All right, cool. What is a killer chiller? Bob Fagan. A killer chiller uses the refrigerant from the AC compressor, pretty much your AC, and with that refrigerant, it cools down the coolant that runs in your heat exchanger slash heat air to water intercoolers. So it freezes that coolant back down to 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 Celsius for my people who live up north. And that allows you to run more boost, have less heat soak, and pretty much have more power. Gas chiller. What is considered good mileage on a 2017 Red Sport? Well, low mileage is if the person drove at least 5,000 miles a year. That's usually on average what most people usually drive. Like in New York City, we do a lot of stop and go traffic, so I'm only doing like 5,000 miles a year. So I would recommend it was at 4 or 5 years, about 25,000 miles. Okay. I just got my first car and looking to buy good looking cosmetic and parts that are reliable. Where should I go for my 2019 Q50 Red Sport? Well, if it's cosmetic modifications, to be honest with you, it's a little iffy with it because there's smaller companies. I would recommend hit me up on IG. You have Marco Bang or Mark Bang. He makes a lot of carbon fiber parts. You also got Jalisco, even though me and Jalisco don't talk or at all, you know, whatever. He says his things about me, but it is what it is. I have much respect for his company. It is what it is. But Jalisco makes some good parts too. And there's a few other people in the community that make some parts for the car. I got another cat over here. I forgot his name, his IG name, but he's starting up making carbon fiber parts too. So definitely hit me up there and ask me directly, like, hey, Boost in Motion, what's some of the parts? And I would just recommend you send you their IGs. And for parts, you can check Z1 Motorsports, Concept Z, even AMS sell outside parts, and also you can check with eBay and Amazon. Most of those companies sell their parts on eBay and Amazon too. I just got my first. Okay, I already answered that. Someone hit me up with a chat. Engine whistling when I go up in RPM. To be honest with you, amen. Check that video. I have like 2 or 3 videos up about belt issues. I don't know if you're whistling in the sense of like a whistling chirp noise. If you're getting that noise around 2 to 4,000 RPM, and it might be a belt issue. So check that video on my YouTube. Just put Boost in Motion belt, and it should come up. And I think I have a few sound clips on of it. You might need to change your serpentine belt. It's like a $70 part. Don't let it get worse, because if it gets worse, it pops and it cuts other hoses and harnesses, and you're gonna have to spend extra money on sensors and stuff. So, yeah. All right, guys. Let me go back up with the questions. I think I'm doing pretty good with the questions tonight. I just got my first car and looking to put some. Okay, I already answered that. Love the carbon fiber deck lid. Thank you. Thoughts on the Z Proto? It looks good. I definitely like how it looks at ATX. To be quite honest with you, I love it in a charcoal gray or the gray color they're using, because it shows the lines way better. I have a video coming out either tomorrow or sometime this week. It's gonna come out talking about it, a reaction video. It looks so much better. It shows the lines, and the girl look like she got some nice hips on her. Thank you for the answer. Can you run frozen boost with an AAM heat exchanger? Yes, Yang, you can. Because the AAM heat exchanger is just like the AMS, just like the Concept Z, just like the PLM. They all sit back closer to the radiator, the condenser. And the frozen boost sits all the way to the front by the crash bar. So you can run them in circuit. Yes. Those are quiet. I bought the inlets after seeing your video and definitely noticed a difference in the butt dyno. When you install the AM downpipes, well, at Elma, they're already installed. The videos are gonna probably come out in the next 2 weeks, so you guys are gonna get full sound clips. You guys are gonna. I'm trying to get some videos in the tunnel. It's amazing. Excuse me. It's amazing. It's a full 3-inch AAM exhaust, full CATBACK 3-inch with a full 3-inch straight, basically straight, not straight pipe, but a true dual exhaust. And everyone that's around me say they love it. I love it too. It's loud when you have the valves, because they also have the valve control. When the valve's all the way open, oh Lord, it sounds just like a mean GTR. It sounds like a GTR with an exhaust. Oh my God. It's amazing. Yeah, it does. A few Nissan Brothers Q60. Looking good. Seattle in the house. Okay. Lion, I'm not gonna tell you exactly what I'm getting. I'm gonna be kind of low key quiet about that for the next couple weeks. But I'm definitely trying to get a second car for the channel. Heat exchanger is an intercooler. Heat exchanger. Okay. Technically, the term heat exchanger is part of the idea of an intercooler, because the intercooler does have a transfer of heat, but the heat exchanger is really just a small radiator for the intercooler, at least in the terms of what we're talking about. How much power can a stock VR30 handle? Right now, the record for the stock VR30, I believe, is at about mid to high 700s to the wheels. It's like 7 something, like mid to high 700s to the wheel. but the torque is still kept up right around that 650 pounds of torque. So it's not really horsepower, it's really how much torque can the rods take. And the rods are right around that 600 pounds to 650 pounds of torque. Anything higher than that, you may run into some issues with a spun bearing. You might bend a rod or burn a piston. I don't know. But most people, right around the record, is right around 700, 750 wheel horsepower. It's unsealed block. Our 2017 Q60 is actually unreliable. I don't know who says they're unreliable. Who told you that? That's it. They're reliable cars. The only thing you gotta really worry about is changing the serpentine belt, which is a $70 part, and just check and make sure that you have oil in there. Remember, this isn't a race car, so if you go and you start racing this car all the time, beating on it like if it's a VQ, just understand that it's gonna let you know that it's not a race car, and then your turbo is gonna go. But this happens with almost any car. If you do this to a BMW, AMG, or any other turbo vehicle that isn't a performance-oriented motor, yeah, parts will break. But it's a relatively, from what I know, it is a reliable car. I wouldn't have gotten another one if I didn't trust it. I had my last VR30 for about 3.5, 4 years, and yeah, one of the turbos were leaking. So, but I modified my car, and it got used for at least 25K. So 25,000 miles tuned, and yeah, one of the turbos were leaking, but it wasn't leaking internally; it was leaking externally, and the car never missed a beat. How much would you estimate for the monthly payment of a Q50 RS be with 9K down? Whoa, PKV, I'm not gonna be able to answer that question because I do not work for the dealer. If you put $9,000 down, it all depends on what the price of the car is. So I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly the payments for that, and especially not for this live video. I do think in the past I did do a few videos on how much it would be if you wanted to lease the car, like a leasing video, and just to let you guys know about numbers. So just definitely check out maybe that video, but this live I won't be able to answer that. It's just too much. Is Q50 3.7 overdrive a good first car? Hell yeah, it is a good first car. That car is reliable. Hell yeah. I'm fixing to get my license and really want one, and I've been studying it for a long time. Yeah, Spider, that's a great first car. Just make sure you get a 3.7 overdrive sport. So you have the sport packaging. That car is reliable. Okay, it's one of the best first cars. I honestly gotta sit there and say it. My first car a long time ago was a 1987 Mazda MPV. You guys now have the best cars to pick from. Like you guys could pick the most amazing cars for like $10,000 to $20,000. You guys could start off with 370Zs, G37s, Q50s, BMWs. Like you guys get some nice cars for under $20,000, man. Or shoot, under 10. Oh my god, man, I'm hating on y'all. Um, and I've been studying. Okay, do you need spring compressors to take off the top hat of your stock coilovers? No, you don't need spring compressors for coilovers. But if you're talking about for stock shocks, yes, of course you're gonna need that. Yeah, you're gonna need it. South Bay Auto Works, okay. Yeah, that's what you're talking about. Looking to buy a used Q50 as my first car. Is there really a difference between 2015 and 2018? Yes, 2015 is 3.7. 2016 and 2018 is a VR30. So yes, there is a difference. Just look it up on my channel. I'm not going to break it down in this video, but just know that there's two different motors there. All right. And between 2016 and 2018, the only real difference is the bumpers change. That's it. Aesthetic modifications, but everything else, the car is still the same. What about the Red Sport 20? Red Sport 31K, 31,000. That's a lot more expensive than 27. I wouldn't do it unless it's the color you really want. Z Proto got the Export exhaust. Yep, the Z Proto has the Red Sport exhaust. It has Ecobona Brooks and looks and has the same key fob. So yeah, it's pretty much just a Red Sport and a 370Z. That's it. A Red Sport motor or the VR30. Just put a JB4. What is the best map for 91? The smallest maps, map 1, map 2, map 3. Anything above that, you're gonna start running into detonation issues. I don't want you to run into that. Especially if you're running 91, you're probably in California. I have a video getting detailed on the maps. Just check it on my channel, Boost in Motion California or Boost in Motion 91. I broke down every map and what I would recommend based on fuel. Okay, Mark. Also, my car rattles a little bit because it's 100%. Okay, cool. Boost, do you know if anyone makes interior panels for the G37 coupe? No, I haven't been in that community in quite a while, so I don't know who make the replacement panels. No. Hey, Boost, loving the car. Congrats. Thank you, Marcus. Upgrade from the 2009. Apologize for repeat question. Upgrade thoughts, increase the power. Love the car. Looks to stay reliable. Looking to stay reliable. Apologize for repeat question. Upgrade thoughts on increased horsepower. Well, most people have been upgrading these VR30s for the longest, and majority of people don't run into issues. Everyone who runs into issues either had a one-off car that had some crazy that maybe had a manufacturer defect, or they really beat on a car with 0W30 and they have it making 600, 700, 600, 5 to 600 wheel horsepower fully tuned. So go in hand. But on 91, 93 fuel, proper tune, simple bolt-ons and cooling, you'll be perfectly fine. 2019, blah 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 blah. How often do you change your oil? Every 2 to 3,000 miles. Never put a down payment on a car, not worth it. I usually keep my down payments either very low or none. I don't like putting down payments, pretty much. Unless I really want the payment really low. That too. Yo, Boost, what do you think about the Arc exhaust? Arc exhaust is really nice. I like the sound of it, especially on 3.7. 3.0, eh. Yo, what? Okay, yeah, well, that's what I'm getting. A belt snapping, offensive about picking up before cheaper than picking up the 18. What's the difference? Yeah, there's just the difference between the 2017 and 2018 is just bumpers. So if it's a 2 to 3K difference and you don't want to spend the money on having a bumper resprayed or anything, yeah, just go with the one with the newer bumper if you want the newer bumper. Currently cross shopping Kia Stinger GT and Q50 RS. Kia Stinger is they're not competitors. You can't compare the Kia Stinger to the Q50. If you were saying you were cross shopping the Genesis and the G70, then there would be a better argument. Um, the Q50 would be cheaper than the G70, but the G70 seems like it just has a lot better stuff going on. The car seems like it's actually better built, to be quite honest with you. I think the G70 should have got a lot more love. I don't like how the new G70 looks, though. I don't like the headlights of the new G70. But the last gen, yeah, looked really good to me. 66 500. Glad you love the downpipes. I recently bought the Arc Gripback exhaust. And which brand downpipes would you recommend? To be quite honest with you, when you come to downpipes, unless you go in fulls, any lower downpipe, it doesn't matter. Just save your money when it comes to lower downpipe and get like a Megan lower downpipe or get a PLM. When it goes to full downpipes, just pick your poison. Majority of them are gonna sound very similar because I'm gonna keep saying it. It's just pipe when it comes to downpipes. Like if you put a high flow cat, they're both designed the same. Like they have the similar curves. The only thing is with the AAM full catted downpipes, they use a cast material, which is a lot better for heat retention and heat dissipation and less prone to cracking compared to all the other companies which uses like just regular steel. My first car was a 20. Yeah, Mac. Man, I had 20. If anyone was watching, I had a 2002 Maxima and I had a 1996 Maxima too. So remember, I was in the Maxima game. I'm 24. My first car was a Dodge Conquest. Y'all, am I back on questions? Yo, Nate, what's going on? How long do you think the 2019 Red Sport will last in mileage? I think the motor and transmission is going to last pretty long, but what I do think is the turbos will always have not much shelf life. That's it. Oh, thank you. Someone hit me with a $5 chat for all the chiller questions. You're welcome, A1. No problem, man. I'm glad I helped you out. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. How long do you... So yeah, the turbo is gonna have their own life. I know a couple people shout to him some I forgot this guy's name. I met him in Georgia. He had like 90K on his 3.0 T Sport. The original turbos. His car was JB4 full bolt-ons. And his turbos are still going. So to me, it's really depends on the use of the car and how much you beat on it. Also the type of oil you use and where you live. I think any car will last long, but depending on the amount of stress you throw at it, you're gonna run into issues. So, motor transmission wise, you should be fine. This transmission has been around forever, and it's an older 7-speed. The motor wise, not people run into the motor unless they just really beat on the motor all the time. So you should be fine. And it's a 2019. This is the same motor from 2016. So just look at 2016s and see if they're doing pretty well. Shout out to the super chat. Appreciate that, Mr. Jones. Thank you so much. Thank you for the donation. Yo, I got Cody in the chat. What's going on, Cody? Haven't seen you in a while, man. Thank you for commenting on my videos, man. I appreciate you very much. I gotta run through some of these questions quickly, guys. Bear with me. Wow, I really got a lot of questions to answer. I really shouldn't have went live. It's been a while. Yeah, the one I'm gonna buy, my parents' sport model. They said I pay off the rest of their payments on the 3.7 and I could keep it because I do all the bug them. Yeah, 3.7 is good, man. Cop it. Take it. Take that car. It's really reliable. Max power in the G37 motor can take before being too much to break. Well, the 3.7 VHR, I believe the record for sealed block is somewhere right around that 600 wheel horsepower, but they keep the torque super low. They keep the torque like at 400 to 450 pounds, because anything more than that, either one, they can bend a rod. Also on top of that, they can spin a bearing, and they also don't want to create any head lift, because usually the head bolts are not going to keep it down. The head's going to lift, and then you're pretty much blowing a head gasket. So right around that 600 wheel horsepower mark, you're right around on the 85 with a supercharger. But once you take that motor out and put rods and pistons in it, send it to the moon. And I don't mean send the rods to the moon. Please don't. Hey, have you watched Zilla full boost, tune, race box, stock turbos, force induction, inner chiller got? Yeah, it's pretty common. 469, 575. I've definitely seen that A1. A new Q50 is supposed to drop in 2022. Any news on it? No, Jay, I don't know anybody at Infiniti. I wish I did. But if they drop a new one, I don't know what they're gonna do. Infiniti wants to go with electrification. I don't see them making something drastically new. And knowing how Infiniti and Nissan is, they try to let us know what's going on first before it comes out, because they want to gain eyes. They're not gonna just be like new Q50 and put it on the showroom floor. You know what I'm saying? So to be quite honest with you, no, I don't know. They're probably gonna make a hybrid or something like that. What do you think about the 2017 3.0T Sport all-wheel drive? Mr. Jones, yeah, that car is perfectly fine. I had a 2018 one. It's the same car. And people have the 2016 one. It's the same car. I think the car is perfectly fine. My car is a 2017 Q60 3.0T Sport. Perfectly good. Just make sure you get it with the proper tech package, and it is what it is. Just pick your poison. I would always tell you guys, no matter what car you're gonna go get, try not to settle on some of the things that you think that you would not settle on. That you would settle on. Like, I don't like cream leather interiors. Some of you guys have cream leather interior. I can't do it. I did it with my G, and it pissed me off. And when I crashed that car, fell asleep behind the wheel and crashed it, I was like, oh, go. I don't care, because I like black leather interiors, like red leather interiors, anything other than cream. I'll even take frost, but even then, I don't like frost interiors. Some of you guys have white interior in your Q60s, which looks nice, but I would have to wear white linen pants every day to sit in that car. Just being honest. So close to 100 likes. Wait, how much likes I got? Oh, thank you guys for the likes. Thank you. We hit 100 likes. I didn't even notice. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you guys who gave me 100 likes, man. Super appreciate it. Love you guys. Hey Boost, I'm not sure if you have a video on common issues for the Q50 in general. I know you talked about it. Yeah, I talked about it in 3.7. I do have a video about the VR30 common issues, but they're very simple. Serpentine belt, serpentine belt issue. Well, I'm getting to that. I think I seen you earlier. Yeah, you got serpentine issue. That's the serpentine belt, $70 fix. The injector issue, I can't say it's common. Some people run into an injector issue, some people don't, but it's not common enough that everyone talks about it. I really can't say it's common yet, but it does happen. Some people do run into injector issues on their stock 2016. Some people do run into injector issues once they're full-fledged tuned on the 85. It happens. So I can't say that's really a common issue on top of my head. I would sit there and say a common issue is higher mileage turbos will go. Like, they will start leaking externally because the turbos are super small. So if you're really putting a lot of pressure on it, I don't want to say pressure, but you're beating on the car, yeah, these turbos heat up really fast, and sooner or later, they're cheaply made. They're gonna leak. It is what it is. They're gonna leak from the exterior of them. So I would say that's what the real common issues with this car when it comes to the mechanical part of it. If you remote tune, will you know how much PSI your car is running? Yes, because when you download the EcuTech app, you put the data logger up with the Bluetooth, or you plug it in, and you can see how much boost you're running. Yes. Heat soak issues. So you asked the question. So close to 100 likes. Hey, but I'm not sure if okay, cool. Yeah, the heat soak issue isn't really a common problem. That's just you just need to upgrade the cooling. That's it. Just upgrade your heat exchanger, and there it goes. Boost, I'm late, but I don't know if you already discussed this, but what are your opinion on E30, and would you personally run it? Yes, Steven, I said it earlier. After I get tuned, I would like to try to get an E30 map, because you don't really have to do too much. You just have to, either get a fuel kit or a flex fuel kit, so you know that you're right around an E30 mix. You can run it on stock high pressure fuel pump, and some people have done it on stock low pressure fuel pump. But it is recommended that you upgrade the low pressure fuel pump in the tank to run E30. And most people see gains about 20, 30, even 40 wheel horsepower, because E30 seems like it's a lot better sauce than 93 fuel. Are 14 headlights? I don't know. Nate, Q50, I don't know if 2014 and 2018 headlights are the same. I really don't know. I don't think so. I don't think they're the same at all, because I've had both the 2015 and the 2018. The headlights didn't look the same, at least the pattern. So I would disagree and say that not the same, in the sense like they're the same housing, but I would say the design of the headlight itself inside is different. So that's what I would say. I appreciate the information. Thank you, Jason. What's the difference between 18 and 2019? None. There's no difference between 2018 and 2019. There's none. That's it. They didn't add anything. Period. If you want to get a difference, the 2020 models are different. 2020 models, you get Apple CarPlay. 2021 models, you get Nardo Gray, or the gray slate, Nardo Gray color. And they get rid of Iridium Blue, and they added some kind of blue slate color. And I think you get power folding mirrors now in the 2021 models. Q50 is different segment, blah blah blah. Hey, what's up, bro? Shout out. Thank you, man. Appreciate that, Cody. Bro, when you read the comments, it looks like you are sleepwalking. Maybe it's a position of the phone. Sleepwalking. I don't know. Maybe I'm sleepwalking. I don't know. But thank you, Cody. I appreciate that, man. I'm not sleepwalking. What are your plans for the Q60? Any plans to go back to the track? Marcus, I can't go to track. There's no tracks in New York City. They closed down Echo Drag Strip. So the closest drag strip is now still 2.5 hours away. It's Island Drag. I think it's Island Dragway, which isn't really a good track. And that's it. There's no car culture. There's no racing culture in New York State, New Jersey. You can probably there's an actual racetrack in Connecticut or Poconos Raceway, and even then, when they have events, those are for high horsepower, third of a mile drag race cars. Those cars are running 800, 900, 1,000 wheel horsepower. I'm not going to that. No, I'm not going to pay $550 or $200-$300 just to do a couple of runs, and I'm not really racing anybody if I go to those, because those are like third or either road race events. That's it. This is it. There are road course events that do come up, but I wouldn't really want to take the Q60 to do that, because that car isn't built to go to a road race track. I would like to do it, but I don't know how I would actually do it. Maybe I'll consider it. No, when I get a second car, let's see what the second car is. Maybe the second car can actually go to an actual racetrack. We just gotta wait and see. Okay, what are your okay, cool. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. What is the loudest exhaust for the 3.0T right now? The loudest exhaust that you can get is out of two exhausts. MBRP CATBACK exhaust and Rev 9 CATBACK exhaust. Rev 9 CATBACK exhaust has no resonators, no mufflers. It's just straight pipe. And the MBRP is 3-inch exhaust with no resonators. It does have mufflers, but it is still pretty freaking loud. Those are the two loudest exhausts I would say for the Q50. AMS intakes, heat exchanger. What's the best map daily driving racing you think? Um, First thing, if you have an AMS race heat exchanger, and you just that's all you really have. You don't really have much upgrades. You're still on stock CATBACK exhaust. It doesn't really matter what map you do. I'd rather you not try to push that much on the car in the first place because you have a stock CATBACK. So even if you push 20 psi, all that back pressure is being pushed on those turbines, bro. Like that stuff affects these turbos in the long run. When you have so much back pressure on these turbos, think about it. You're keeping all that exhaust pressure in one area. Sooner or later, this air pressure has to go somewhere. So if it can't go out the exhaust, it's gonna have to find its way out of the sides of out other sides of the turbo. So this is why I also think this is just my assumption. Throwing this out, I'm not saying it's true. But this is why maybe my turbos might have leaked externally because it was so much back pressure running a certain high amount of pound of boost for a certain amount of time, especially with thermal expansion, the heating and the cooling of the turbos. Over time, this can actually happen. So, but on 93 fuel, most people run just map 7 or plus 7 up on regular 3.0T sports. If you are red sport, no. Red sport, you're only going to do map 1, map 2. I don't recommend going over map 2 because you'll start running into low fuel pressure issues because you're running higher boost. And that's pretty much it. So go up to the max about plus 5 on 93 fuel. And that's about it. I really wouldn't push that much more over that. But some people do. I wouldn't recommend it. Which one do you like better, Fast Intentions or Arc? I like Fast Intentions from Hearing It on 3.0T. I like Fast Intentions for 3.7 too. But Arc sounds good. So I like both. What coils can I get for the 2018 3.0T Sport Overdrive? If you want to keep your DDS suspension, let me just double check mine because I'm about to go soon, guys. If you have because you have a red sport, you have DDS suspension. So when you go with coilovers, understand this. You're gonna lose the adjustment to your shocks setting because you're going with coilovers. There's only one coilover on the market that uses it. You can check with RSR coilovers or RSR coilovers. RSR coilovers. You can actually plug it in and adjust the firmness through the toggle. But outside of that, you will lose that function, but you'll be perfectly fine. You can just adjust it on your coilovers. I have BC Racing. I like Megan Racing. I had those in my car. K Sports are trash. Never had TNs. And that's really much it. I didn't really have too much coilovers. What do you think about the AMS Stage 2 turbos? And are they better ones for the Q60 Red Sport? Pure Stage 2 turbos are one of the best if you're talking about that. But if you're talking about the AMS version, they're GT larger turbos. Well, right now, shout out to Joe. If you're talking about the turbos the turbo kit he got through AMS, that car ran 10.4 at 137 miles an hour rear-wheel drive. That's really good. AMS ran about 139 at 9.999. So those are like the best turbos on the market right now. But Racebox also, the video's gonna come out with it too. Racebox put out about 900 wheel on a Garrett G25 550s turbos. So you guys, those videos are gonna be coming out later this week. You ever mess with Petrolworks? Yeah, Petrolworks is all the way in Long Island. I don't have a problem with Petrolworks. Petrolworks, I believe the owner used to be in the Maxima game too. I remember when they first opened up that shop years ago. Years ago, Cody. Yo, you mentioned PLM low downpipes. You heard anything about reliability of the welds? PLM is just like Megan, and Megan is just like AMS. The quality is so similar, you guys will be surprised. But no, I haven't heard any bad I haven't heard any bad reviews from the PLM. I remember I'm in the market, so anybody who buying these parts, usually if something bad happens or if they don't like it, they definitely come to me like, yo, Boost, I had this issue. This is trash. So to be quite honest, I haven't heard anything bad about PLM and or Megan's for the VR30. Your arms look thick, man. Yeah, man. Yo, man, John, I'm getting up there, man. I'm working. You know, summer's coming. Outside opening up. So, you know, we got to get a little big out here for the ladies. You know, get a little chest. Hey, Boost, I'm looking for a G37 convertible this summer, but people are saying it's 500 pounds heavier. Do you think this is make a huge difference in the performance? To be quite honest, it's like 200 pounds heavier. It's not 500, so they're talking shit. So that's first. Yo, Marcus, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Move to Miami, brother. This place is car culture and racing. I would love to move to Miami, but I need to get some more passive income. Maybe if YouTube gets more popping for me, you know, if the universe takes care of me, then yeah, maybe I'll consider making that move. But as of right now, New York is taking care of your brother, man. Brooklyn born and raised. Well, I'm way back on the questions, man. I'm sorry. So yeah, the convertible is about 200 pounds heavier. It does have better weight distribution though, and you want the car for the flex. So don't even care about power at that point. You want the car for the drop top for the women. Stop playing, man. Make them drawers drop, boy. As you making them girls get okay. I can't talk that stuff on YouTube. I'm sorry. Okay. Anyways, 2020 Red Sport 3.0T or 3.7. To be quite honest with you, I've had both. If you want reliability and never really have to deal with anything, get a 3.7. But if you want to have power and you more into performance and how fast the car is, but you want the looks, get the 3.0T. That's it. Just jumped on your channel. Thanks for the content and just gave you a like. Thank you. Don't know if there has been brought up, but any thoughts on a Racebox tune? Racebox tunes are really good. He's one of the best tuners in the community right now, next to AMS. Their prices are very similar. AMS charges like the most, but the prices are very similar. Just hit up the Gold Race Box and he'll give you a price estimate. How long do you think Infiniti will continue making Q60s? To be quite honest with you, they never did a facelift. The car came out in 2017, so 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. So 5 years they never did a facelift. Usually, most car manufacturers at least do a facelift. This car has been the same car aesthetically for 5 years. So maybe they may make a new, when they do revise it, it may have a different look. So I do see that happening. Hopefully. If not, they'll just cut the Q60 completely. Okay, Bulls, I'm gonna head out. Thank you, Spider. Thank you for answering the question, but I'll definitely thank you, man. Appreciate that. Bulls, real talk, you like the coupe more sedan. Yo, Cody, on some real, I was talking about that today with my boys. I miss my sedan life. Yo, I miss the sedan life. I really miss the sedan life. I miss having the back seats for more room. I miss having the trunk with more space. Like, you guys are gonna see the videos in the next 2 weeks. You're gonna see what I'm talking about because I talk about it, and you guys are gonna see it. I miss the sedan life. I miss it. I miss my 4 doors. I'm a 4-door lover, man. I love the coupes though. The coupe nice, but if you want to move stuff around, and you want to have, whew, man, the anxiety sometimes when you got stuff to move around and do stuff, it's not fun. But I'm doing it though. Okay, Boost, I'm okay. Thank you for giving up the answer. All right, Cloud, appreciate that. Shout out to the R35 thumbnail. Black like mines. All right, yeah, black. Love the R35 life. Yeah, man. I got a 2021 M340. My 2018 Vespa was definitely more comfortable. Really? The M340 is not that bad. I mean, you can adjust the suspension, but they're both cruiser type of cars, though. You know, so I don't. Maybe it could be the seats. The seats are a little bit more, to me, a little bit more firmer in the BMW, though. At least in my opinion. Cream leather interior is great for old heads, 50 years older. Wow, I'm way back on these questions. Wow, I'm almost 15 minutes back. Haha, likes. What do you recommend on coilovers for the? I answered that already, Tommy. Reyes, I answered that already. What up, Boost? Are you liking the Q60? Yeah, I like it. Like I said, I like it for what it is, but I miss my 4-door life. I have the gallery, white leather, and iridium. Love mine. Okay. Is eTune a good as in-house? I do have a video talking about eTune versus remote tunes versus dyno tunes. The reason why eTune is usually a little bit better because it gets rid of the driving errors. If they tune your car on a dyno, you might go on the street and the pedal sensitivity may be too aggressive. The transmission shit is funny. But when you street tune, you get to let them know exactly how the car feels and get real world results. The dyno just gives you power. That's it. Hey Bulls, would you recommend Q50 as a first car? Yes, 3.7 or 3.0 T. I think it's a really good first car. I would recommend a 3.7 because you want to deal with no reliability issues at all. I think that car's a great first car, unless you want to get a Toyota Camry. Hey, do you get Apple CarPlay in 2019? No, Ernesto. You get Apple CarPlay in the 2020 model and up. Okay, 2021's a turbo. They took packages out. Sensory package gone. Ambient lighting gone. And good prices least gone. Really? I haven't checked the prices, Jay. So maybe I'll take a look at it. What about Echo Raceway? It's closed. It's open, but not for drag racing anymore. The closest proper racetrack is to STILLEN, Maryland. That's a 3.5 hour drive. I'm not driving down there just to go do 3 or 4 pulls and lose an axle or some nonsense. It is what it is. It sucks, man. I hate New York. Yep. Man, that sucks. Boost the fuck with the yeah. Honda S2000s are dope. What are you talking about, Cody? Honda S2000s is dope. I feel like though their prices should went up a lot higher than what they are right now. I guess no one's really fiending for them anymore. But those are nice cars. I think they're dope, especially when they put a 2J in them. Ooh, I love that. Let me see. MBRP, good. MBRP. Some people said the welds are a little bit iffy, that they may rust up because they use like a cheaper steel. But they were one of the first 3-inch catback exhausts on the market, and they're still one of the only 3-inch catback exhausts on the market. They just drone a lot though because there's no resonators. What should I change on the 2019 to make it sound better and keep it reliable? Well, sound better, that's really up to you, bro. Just look up catback exhaust, look up AXLEBACKs, and to keep it reliable, I don't really know what to tell you, Mark. Once you start modifying a car, you shouldn't think about reliability. It is what it is. Would you recommend who do you recommend to tune a Red Sport Q50? I don't really like doing promotions for different tuners, but what I will sit there and say is this: you have AMS, you have Z1 Motorsports, you have Go Racebox, you have Martin from RS Infiniti. I'm misspelling his name very improperly. Let me get up, guys. You also got let me see. Who else you got? Someone's gonna comment in the chat and tell you guys because I'm about to be out real soon because I'm getting a little tired. I got work in the morning. You got a few others. Just definitely check. People are gonna write it in the chat. I'm not gonna really try to say one person. What should change? Recently got a okay, cool. Okay. I recently got a Q50 Red Sport. What first mods would you recommend? Blinky, or Blanky gang. I would always recommend going with either upgraded heat exchanger because these cars heat up very really quickly. You want consistent performance, or go with a lower downpipe. I recommend PLN lower downpipes or Megan lower downpipes. If you go with the more expensive lower downpipes, you're not getting any extra power. Okay. Thank you. I think the Q60 was out. I think the Q60 was out in 20. Yeah, the Q60 that was in 2014, 2015 was the G37. That's when they renamed it. I didn't miss any questions, right? Yes, I did. I heard that if you run more than 5.5 pounds of boost with JB4 without E30 mix, the VR30 will knock. Not necessarily. The car may pull a little bit of timing. It all depends on how hot the heat exchanger fluid is and/or what the charger temperature is. So if it's really hot summer day and you're putting, I would say about 18 pounds to the car, yeah, it's gonna start pulling some timing because it doesn't want to have knock events and stuff like that. I want to make sure that it's running properly. So it's usually right around, even on stock fuel system, it could be running 14 pounds. In Red Sports, it could still pull it because it's super hot outside. So usually if you go with a slightly higher grade of fuel and/or E30 mix, it's less prone to that and the car can keep its consistent performance. Okay, cool. Hey, Boo's curious. Okay, so I think I answered Mr. Yo-Yo. It's like the same thing. What are the first mods? Yeah, I already answered that question already. Mr. Yo-Yo. I personally like sound and exterior over power though. Well, if you care about sound, then you are looking to a catback exhaust. There's different catback exhausts on the market. I'm not gonna pick and choose any which one. Just check on YouTube, and there's plenty of people with sound clips. If you care about sound and exterior modifications, I don't really have any recommendations for that. Sorry. They trying to charge me $629 a month on a lease for 2021. Wow, hell no, $629 a month for freaking for a Q50? Ew. Yeah. No, I wouldn't touch that. They okay, cool. Hey Boost, do you feel that the Red Sport gear ratios gives that much more advantage over the Q60? No, because you could just change your tire size. That's it. That's your way to trick it. Like, yeah, this final drive is a little shorter, right? But then you could just change your tire size. You can go on down your tire size, and then you just made up for it. Doesn't make any sense. Um, Let me see, like intakes, blow valve, burbles. Okay. Oh, so intakes, blow valves, exhaust, and burbles like that. Well, burbles you have to get a tune, and you're gonna have to make exhaust modifications like a catback exhaust. And intakes and blow valves, it's what's on the market already. I'm not gonna recommend to go with HKS or someone said it earlier. I can't remember the other one they were just saying something about. I can't remember it, but I would recommend just check the ones on the market. They all make the same, they're similar noises. They do the same thing. No one's gonna be better than the next. They just release boost pressure. That's all it really does. Bear with me, guys. I'm about to go soon. Let me see. Really trying to catch up on these questions. Okay, cool. Just got a 2018 last night. Car 22K. Anything to watch out for powertrain wise? Powertrain wise, it's really just the turbos, man. Uh, it's really just the turbos. Um, if the car's stock, you're fine. But if you're gonna start modifying the car, because this is what this channel is about, modifying our VR30s, over time you could run into an external turbo oil leak, or even an internal oil leak. It does happen, not quite often, but this is for people who really beat on the car. My recommendation: go to a 30 weight oil. My recommendation: don't beat on the car in the first 10 to 15 minutes of startup, depending on how cold it is outside. Give the car at least 5-10 minutes. Let that oil circulate all around the car. Just give it that extra time. I'm telling you, in the winter it's brutal. It When it was 30 degrees outside here in New York City, by the time the oil got to 150 Fahrenheit with just light driving, was almost 20 minutes later. Literally 20 minutes later. I was already at work by that time. The so just imagine if I was beating on the car and the oil temperature was only at 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Come on. That's not good for the internals. Dude? My lease is 430 Red Sport. Okay, cool. Is Z1 good with tuning? Yes, Yang. Z1 is definitely good with tuning. Definitely check them out. How do you like your Q60? It's good. I like it. It's a nice car. I definitely like it. I got it for exactly what I needed it for, and I got the package I want. So I feel like I don't have any trade offs with it, with the exception that I miss my 4 doors and I miss my room. A part of me wishes I kept the 3.C and tried the mods. Yeah. Good night, sir. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate you. Shout out to Martin. He worked. Yeah, Martin. Yeah, definitely. Blah blah blah. Where do you purchase? Hey, what's good? Summer has come. Okay, cool. Summer, here we come. Yeah, I can't wait for summer guts. Yo, can't wait for it. AMS Stage 2 turbos worth buying. If you guys are saying Stage 2 AMS turbos, are you talking about pure Stage 2 turbos, or are you talking about the upgraded turbos that they sell, the large units? Because you guys are confusing me with that question, Max. Sorry. Are the stock Red Sport brakes good? Yes, but the brake pads, depending on the type of performance, if you wanted to go to a racetrack, a performance racetrack with the stock brakes, no, they're not going to perform well. They will start to heat up really fast. The brake fluid is not the proper temperature. You would need upgraded brake pads. But for the calipers itself and the steel rotors, yes, they'll do what they got to do. All right. Yo, Boost was good. What's going on, Michael? Okay, if you're not, change them to Mark 2. Okay, if not, what would I change them to? I would change them to Hawk 5.0 pads. After my pads go in this car, I'm going with Hawk 5.0 pads. Hawk 5.0 pads, because I had those. Those were great. Okay, cool. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I just want to answer this last couple questions before I go. Yo, Boost, what's good? Yo, okay, yo, what next turbo do you recommend to replace the stock turbo with? Well, Manny, if I was ever going to change the turbos out on my car, I would have to go with the pure stage 2 turbos because they give the best performance. But I've got to sit there and say that stage 1 turbos or RT turbos are perfectly fine for what they are. They use the stock hot side turbo wheel, so you do get quicker spooling time from them, but you just won't get as much peak power compared to the pure stage 2s. Okay. You just killed me a whole boring hour at work. Thanks, man. You're welcome, Yang. I got you, man. I got you. I'm glad I signed on, man. The universe told me to sign in, so your hour will be easy, just hanging out, with the car people and stuff, man. I appreciate that, brother. I hope you hit that like button. So you said pure stage 2 max. Okay, yeah. So pure stage 2 isn't from AMS. You guys gotta stop saying AMS pure stage 2. They're pure stage 2 turbos. AMS just sells them. And you're asking, are they worth it? Right now, the highest horsepower cars are, well, the highest stock upgraded turbo cars are from Pure. So that's it. There's not really much competition. They're right around 700 plus wheel horsepower with E85 and upgraded fuel system. So they are technically the best when it comes to performance. That's it. That's it. They're OEM units just with upgraded wheels. What's going on, man? What up, brother? Okay, cool. You just killed my. Okay, cool. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Okay, cool. I think I answered that. Okay, so I think I answered that question already. Okay. Um, how's the new heat exchanger doing? Marcus, it's perfectly fine. It's just like the AMS unit, Mishimoto, PLM. They're very similar sizes. They're gonna do what they gotta do. A lot of these heat exchanger companies, I gotta be honest with you, they replicate each other. They just try to make it a little bit wider or have a little bit more coolant. The biggest heat exchanger in the market right now is the AMS unit heat exchanger, the race one. They have like $1,000 heat exchanger now, which is really really big. So that was probably the best one on the market right now for the amount of coolant. But for the one I got right now, the AAM, perfectly fine. What do you think about Racebox 900? I'm gonna come out with a video later this week talking about it. Not too extensively, but I'm very happy with it. They're using G25 550 turbos on that car, and built motor, built transmission, E50 mix, and 900 wheel horsepower. So that car is not a joke, and it's nice to know that it's all happening in a $20,000 Q50. So I like it. Um, Thanks for the intel, KJ4. Is 23K good for Red Sport? Yes, that's cheap. We had people in this chat talking about, I know he's probably still watching, that he was going to pay 27 or 31 for a Red Sport. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm telling you guys. Sometimes you might have to shop around to try to get a good deal on a Red Sport. I'm telling you, you should. I don't think Red Sports 2017 to 2019 Red Sports shouldn't be more than like $30,000, depending on the mileage. If the mileage is like super high, I mean super low, then I would see a 2019 or 2019 Red Sport being like $35,000-$40,000. But people are paying ridiculous overpriced for them. All right, cool. All right, so I'm about to go, guys. So I'm gonna just knock off these last questions and I'm out. So for looking VR30 gang. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Michael, which one would you, if you had to choose between a premium and a Lux? To be honest, the premium and the Lux are basically the same car. The Lux took over what the premium was. That's all. They're the same car. I believe though the premium is a little better because when I had the premium, basically the premium in my 2015 Q50 had ventilated seats, and not ventilated seats, but what kind of seats they had? It didn't have those. It had the seats with little holes in it to allow the seat to breathe. I noticed that a lot of Luxes have that, so maybe the Lux is a little bit more on the less feature side. So I would probably go with premium then. At least this is just from what my memory reminds me of. So don't beat me up, guys, about it. Um, I got the Red Sport for 24K with 36K. I paid 40,000 for 2019 with 18K. Ooh, but if you paid 40,000 for it in 2019, it makes sense, you know. But if you paid 40,000 for it in 2021, it's like, ooh, ooh. So don't get mad, bro. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. If you bought it like yesterday for $40,000, that's a lot. But the mileage is super low though. But how did that person drive that much miles? Jesus, 20,000 miles in 2 years. What is fast with the same mods, overdrive or overdrive? Depending on what you use it for, Eric. If you're doing dig racing or going to the track, usually overdrive will be better. But if you're doing road racing, technically the real drive should be quicker. If everything's exactly the same and they perform the same on a dyno, the road drive should be quicker because there's a little bit less weight. Um, my buddy said the first thing I should worry about is twin turbo cars, a catch can. Oh yes, sorry. Oh my god. Yes. Forgot he was because I don't have the catch can on this car because I'm not putting one on this car. The catch can is really good because if you're gonna have a finance Q50 3.0T or Q60 3.0T, you guys, I do recommend getting a catch can if you have a finance. Early in this video, I stated that if it's a lease, don't get it, but I didn't say why you should get it if it's a finance because it prevents a lot of that vaporized oil. Pretty much the oil heats up through the crankcase and the motor sucks it back in, and you don't want that oil to I don't want to say oxidize, but it'll collect on top of the valves and you'll have a lot of carbon buildup on your valves, and you'll have to get walnut blasted in the next 20 or 30 or 40,000 miles. You won't want to do that, so the catch can prevent that. So it's pretty much just an oil slash air separator. Okay, so definitely there are different oil catch cans out there. I think they're too expensive for what they are on the market right now. I think an oil catch can shouldn't be more than $100, like, but some of these people charge too much. Guys, if you guys got all these questions, hit me up at boostinmotion on IG, guys. It's just a little bit better, and this phone died, so I can't answer that. But how much more time do I have here? I have a couple more minutes. All right. Which would be faster with the same mods? Okay. Oof, 18K with a tune or JB4 is ruined. Hope your car is nice. 28K. Okay, cool. I'm not making much power on the found oil in my. You're gonna find oil in your stock air intakes. Max, you're gonna find oil in the stock air intake system because the PCV valve is right there. You're gonna see some. So it's perfectly normal to find oil in there because the turbines are sucking in from the PCV valve. It's gonna happen. All right. So just want you to know. So it's not blown. Also, no check engine or vacuum leaks. Okay. I was certified pre-owned through the dealer, and that's why it was so expensive. Okay, cool. Yo, dude, I'm super downs, and I want to get spacers. Should I go with 1 or 1.5 inch? I would go safe with 1.5. If you're on stock wheels, I would go with 1 inch because it's like 25 millimeters. Anything past 35 millimeters is gonna be too much for stock wheels, like all stock wheels, or race box or AMS boost. To be honest with you, Racebox is doing great. He's going to be my tuner for the Q60. AMS was my last tuner. Why didn't I go back with AMS? Because, well, I want to go work with the little guy. That's it. At the time before, we didn't have a Go Racebox when I wanted to get tuned. So, boom. Now we got Go Racebox. So I'm going to go with Go Racebox. And he's a little guy. I want him to do good. I'm a little guy too. I'm a little guy on YouTube. So I'm going to go with the little guy. And I hope he does amazing things, you know? All right, so I'm about to go, guys. Let me just see if there's any more chats that I might have missed. How to make full exhaust quiet? You can't. It's really hard to make a full exhaust quiet. You really can. Let's see. You gotta hold that L. Hold it. If not blown turbo, how come I'm getting gapped by stock 335 eyes? First thing, if you're a red sport getting stopped by stock 335 eyes, they're not stock. They probably have a JB4. Max PSI on stock turbos. It isn't about the PSI for these cars. It's not about the PSI because I'm going to tell you this. The average tuner ranges these turbos between 18 to 20 psi. Most tuners aim for 18 to 20 psi depending on altitude, fuel, and just how the car reacts and the cooling modifications. All right. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate that, man. JB4 and wind boost. I don't know what wind boost is, but JB4 is perfectly fine. It's just a regular, typical boost controller. All right, guys. So I'm about to go. Thank you, Gary, for the last super chat of the night. I'm super appreciative of you guys hanging out with you guys tonight. I know I came on late notice without letting you guys know. So don't type any more questions. Just hit me up at boostinmotion IG, Facebook, and boostinmotion@gmail.com. I'm really not answering much questions right now on the weekdays because I get so much of an influx. I try to wait to the weekend to ask questions. So if you are patient, I will definitely get to your questions. Outside of that, guys, you already know what to do. Always hit the like button, subscribe on the bell notification. Oh, Nick, what's going on? Also, a Teespring account below if you want to purchase any Teespring merch. That's all below the video if you're on your phone. Outside of that, guys, I'm gonna be out. Appreciate that, guys. Thank you, Nick. Yeah, no questions, just a shout out, please. Thank you guys so much, man. I love you guys, man. You guys don't even know, man. So I am out.